Gus, thanks a million for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with a little bit about your background, the nature of your business, and the nature of your company.
Okay, so Cathexis Technologies is a developer of video management software. We've been around for about 23 years now. So we grew up in the analog space, developing, manufacturing analog video products, video cards, etc. And then obviously with the advent of IP, we had to change our focus. So we developed an IP video management software platform. And our focus to date has been Africa, which is where we're from. We're a South African company, and Europe. And in the last few years, we've started branching out into other regions like the Middle East and Asia Pacific and the USA.
So what's attracted you to this specific region?
Well, firstly, geographically and time zone-wise, it makes sense. We've got offices, we've got a company in the UK.
Okay.
So it's a lot easier to stop off here on the way to the UK and vice versa, than it is to head out to the USA.
Yeah.
So we see this also as a developing market.
Right.
So, and I think we're very close to some of our partners here, like Axis, and some of the other manufacturers, and we've seen what they've done here. So it's attracted us, and so far so good.
So what opportunities then have you seen that you see for your business out in this region?
You know, I think our VMS we would like to regard it as a premium VMS, competing with the premium products, but slightly more cost effective. So the return on investment is better for customers. We also have some features which some of our premium competitors don't have, like video analytics. And we place a lot of emphasis on third-party integration with third-party products like access control, fire panels, etc. To provide more of a complete security solution rather than just recording video.
Okay. So what sets you apart, let's say, from your competitors that would also be trying to tap into this region?
Well, obviously there are quite a lot of players out there. You know, I think we've got a very feature-rich product. We're also quite agile, being a fairly small company compared to some of the premium products. We're a lot more agile when it comes to tailoring product to suit specific solutions, and being able to provide that whole control room interface with almost like a PSIM environment rather than just being a VMS. And I think that really sets us apart. And I think we try to be cost effective, but we're obviously not the cheapest on the market. Some of our competitors, their software is free, and free is a bit low for us.
Right.
But you know, and I think we also add, if you compare us to some of the premium products, you don't have a video analytics suite. You have to purchase third-party analytics. We've got our own built-in video analytics suite, which does differentiate us from a lot of the other people.
Okay. So when you're looking, as you mentioned, you're operating in Europe, the US. When you're looking to enter a new market, how do you approach that market entry strategy?
With difficulty normally. I think firstly is to try and gather as much information as possible. So I spent quite a couple of years coming here and meeting with people and discovering how they've entered the market, trying to look at what the market cap is. What is the total available market? What do we think we can get out of that total available market? And one thing I've learned over the years is that unless you have people on the ground, it's very difficult to get into a new market. So my first step was to make contact with certain distributors and certain partners, and then get a business development person on board based in the region.
Right.
The next step was to bring on tech support. So initially our tech support was done remotely. Now I've got full-time tech support, and I'm adding a third person to the team in the next couple of months.
Okay, excellent. So what would you say then? You mentioned that having people on the ground is one of the most important things. What do you think the biggest challenges are for a company that's looking to enter a new market like this?
The biggest challenge for us has been trying to penetrate the consultants and the high-end end users, where some of our premium competitors have been here for a lot longer. The consultants tend to want to stick with what they know and what they trust, and trying to get them to change their minds is difficult, and I don't blame them. So that is probably our biggest challenge. And then in some of the other sectors, this region is quite price driven.
Right.
We obviously don't like to enter into price negotiations if we can help it, but we've had to be fairly aggressive on our pricing here to penetrate the market.
Okay. So when you, let's say, finally get into a market and you're starting to establish yourself, how do you go about raising the awareness of your company, building that brand awareness, building the interest in what you've got to sell?
So Intersec has been good for us.
Right.
I think this is our 4th year here.
Right.
To be honest, our first year was probably a mistake. Again, bit of learning.
Okay. Do you want to develop on that, or
Well, you know, when people come to Intersec now, they know us already. So we get a lot of visitors who already know us. When they walk past, they say, "Oh, there's Cathexis." We've had a discussion with them. We've engaged with them. That first year, nobody knew us, so they just tended to walk directly past us. And of course, we didn't have many people to invite to the stand. So now we've got people like Dubai Police, the MCC, and a whole bunch of systems integrators, some consultants who already know us. So when they are strolling past, they'll pop in and say hello. And some people come to see us deliberately to find out more about what we do. So our foot traffic on our stand was quite poor in the first year, but the 2nd, 3rd and 4th years have been good for us.
you become an established face on the scene?
Correct, yeah.
Obviously, technology is a huge part of your business. A lot of buzzwords thrown around last year, like AI, machine learning, different things like that have continued into this year.
Yeah.
Is this something that is having an effect in your business, or something that you think will change the way you're going to do business or sell your services in the next couple of years?
Without a doubt. I think machine learning is a little bit oversold at the moment, to be honest. But don't get me wrong, I believe that the momentum's starting. I think it's got a way to go. Obviously, it's not cheap. It does require processing power. But I think that down the line, we're going to see more and more smart learning algorithms coming to the fore. You know, we've had learning algorithms in our analytics for years. But that's more to learn the background so that we don't trigger false alarms on perimeter detection and stuff like that. The way the guys are talking now is learning people's behavior, learning the environment, so that they can preempt behavior that might be slightly out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see more and more people producing products that do that going in the next few years.
Okay. So one final question then. In the next few years, what opportunities do you see for yourself, your business, and the category that you're operating in?
You know, I think we started here from a very low base, so that growth has been really good. You know, particularly in hospitality sector, we've done 49 hotels now in 2 years, which is pretty good going.
That's impressive.
So I think what we're trying to do now is I've got somebody arriving here in the next few months. He's going to be targeting the A&E sector,
Okay.
so the consultants and the corporate end users.
Right.
And then we're also looking at business outside of the UAE. So we've already done some business in Saudi, in Qatar.
Okay.
We're engaging people in Oman, but I want to ramp that up.
Yeah.
So I'm covering more of the GCC regions and even countries like Egypt and other countries around.
Excellent. Gus, really appreciate you taking the time.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.